what happened over New Year's, guys? Did you guys all come here? I was
we were all here.
when I'll cover it in a minute or something. But
dude, I forgot that you're in Belize, and I was sad that you weren't here.
Oh yeah.
It was sad.
No, yeah, that's
I was,
my bad.
I was dumb enough to ask Luke. I was like, Luke, where's Jacob?
See, I actually knew you were gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I
he
just
did.
forgot
Third world
because I was
country.
excited to see my killer gang Jacob.
Yeah.
It would have
And he
been
just
fun.
wasn't here.
It would have been fun.
It was dumb.
Yeah, we had a
Next
good
year.
time though. You know, we did the usual.
It was
New
all
Year's Eve
over. It
stuff.
wasn't too many people, right?
Yeah.
Everyone kind of came to my house, like this house, my brother and I.
Yeah. The worst part was we went for a McChicken run, and there were no McChickens open.
It pissed me off so bad.
It actually made me so mad.
I just
No
wanted 4
McDonald's,
McChickens
really?
from McDonald's.
Huh.
And they said they were open. Every McDonald's was closed on New Year's Eve. Which I mean,
Wow.
like, whatever. But Isaac, remember what you said?
No, they have a 30-minute break for a reason. 15 and then 15. Make me a McChicken. That's unreal. Okay, you work at McDonald's for a reason. You're not supposed to see your family. Make me a McChicken. Unreal.
What he said. What he
dude.
said.
If I want 4 McChickens and 4 McDoubles to make 4, I don't think I can say that on a podcast.
McGangbangers.
Okay? It's going to happen.
It has
The
to.
gang-
Dude, make me
gangbangs.
mad. There was nothing open except Taco Bell, and the line was like a
There
year
was
long.
probably
fire.
20 cars
Yeah.
in the Taco Bell
I
line.
bet they were the only thing open.
That
Yeah.
well,
Did
there
you
was
try
a
and go?
Waffle House next door that was open too.
It was like
Nice.
11:45 or something like that.
Oh well, okay.
It was later than that.
What's it later?
Yeah, I was.
Why would you go right before New Year's?
Oh no, it was
Well,
after.
it was supposed
It
to
was
be
after.
24/7.
It was after. It was after. 'Cause
Yeah.
I hit some sick cartwheels.
Sick cartwheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but no, I was in Belize for a good week from the 26th
So what all did you do there?
to the January 2nd. I can go through my trip like day by day, but it's mostly just like a resort kind of that we spent at. Like I have actually a few notes here. It's like I was taking while like I was going through my journey of Belize. So basically, I left on the 26th, literally the day after Christmas. I got 0 sleep because like our flight, it's an international flight, and at least for America, you have to be in the airport 2 hours maximum or minimum early, just because like if something messes up, you have to be there. But so I left here at like 3 a.m. No, maybe earlier than that. To get to the airport, my flight was at like 5:30. The trip situation was, just to give context, my aunt is in Guatemala City. She works, I'll bleep this, she works down there in Guatemala City because you never know. She works or she works down in Guatemala City. So her
Name and social security.
yeah. So
Credit card.
so her and 9 of her like best friend, like college best friends, they all work all across the globe. So they all wanted a spot to go meet up and like basically have like a girls like get together plus like the husbands at this point.
He
Trip.
just did something
What does he do?
unbelievable.
I can't see. It's
He just
blocked by my
literally.
PC,
I'm about to put my shoes back on.
What'd you do?
That was terrible. Well, congratulations, Isaac. You just made 40 pedophiles bust. My shoes are going back on.
40 pedophiles.
Oh.
Literally, like,
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna jump back into
yeah.
this
Let's
story.
get back to the actual good story.
So it was like families or like husbands and like it was the crew of like 10 or whatever friends, and then because it's my aunt, my mom and I tagged along also for the journey. We just joined them. My dad and brother, I've said this before, my dad and brother, they don't really travel. My dad can travel and he does for work, but he's not gonna, he doesn't love like, well, his back is very damaged from military for forever. So he can only do so much. So a resort is not like the most exciting thing for him. He'd rather do like sightseeing, which we were not doing.
Mm-hmm.
But so we all got to Belize. My mom and I technically got there like a day early, but so it was like a giant crew of like 15. We all got to the resort. And so, okay, well, let me back up a little bit. So my mom and I were traveling, and then we fly into the country well, first we fly to Atlanta, and then we fly to actual like Belize City or something it's called. I forget exactly what it is, but we get there in the most. I mean, Belize is like a third world country, so like of course. But we get in the most jank airport. Like the plane is taller than the airport. Like,
Oh,
yeah, It's just so
It's a
funny to
shed.
picture. Like this giant Delta plane docks, and like it has the ladders like to get out of the plane
Yeah.
on the front and the back, and then you walk out into like a 10-foot tall building. Just like, I mean, it's really wide still because it's an airport, but it's just 10 feet like tall, like max. So it's
Interesting.
just such a funny sight. But then we get in there, and the actual inside the airport is like fine. It's nothing impressive. Like, yeah, it's a third world country. It's not gonna be insane, but it was good. But the thing is, to get to our actual resort, it was on like a peninsula, so we had to go over some water. So how we get over the water is with a very, very jank looking plane. It's a little plane that holds about like 10 people max. It's on my Snapchat. I will just here. I'll pull up for you guys. I'll add it in as well down below. It's so this is a side view of it. You can pass along, but it's just like
Nah, you're dying in that.
it's a
No.
little scary. It's a little
I'm
scary.
not hopping in there.
It doesn't look that bad.
It's not
I mean,
too bad.
look at the undercarriage. Look at I don't know.
It's not too bad, but it's a
It doesn't,
propeller
it doesn't
plane.
look awful, but like,
Nah, Amelia Earhart died in something like this, bro. Hell
well,
no.
was it because of the plane or was it because?
But anyway, so we had to take take that plane and do like a little 15-minute flight to our actual to the actual peninsula where the resort is on. So I wasn't that nervous because I was like, okay, they do literally this same flight 5 minutes apart from each other hundreds of times a day. It's gonna be okay. It looks scary, but it's gonna be okay. And then once we actually got we were getting in the plane. It's like very tight seating. There's barely any air conditioning in this thing. It's like a little bit hot. And then you start taking off, and then you get in the air, and then the views, you just forget you're nervous. The views are insane. I'll pull them up as well. I'll throw them on the videos as well. But it's like, you could scroll through obviously if you go just swipe right or whatever. But it's just like so beautiful, like blue clear water, like little spotty islands kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just you're
Crashing
just
wouldn't
like
even be that bad.
just below the clouds. You're just below the clouds, and you're just like kind of cruising and sailing, and it's just like beautiful. And it's just blue water everywhere. What are you doing?
Dude, you got a big ass phone.
Yeah.
It's like holding an iPad.
And you can swipe right like through, and you'll see other videos, but it's just very beautiful. And then we land, and obviously everything was fine because
That's
I'm
nice.
still here. But what was I saying? And then so then we like meet our driver or whatever, just like from the hotel. He comes picks us up from the airport, and so we're in like the van journey. It's probably like 5-10 minutes, but on the way, I'm starting to notice everyone is speaking really good English, like how we would speak English. Like it's shockingly impressive.
The resort's pretty.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it was very cool. I'll get to that in a second. But it's like everyone's speaking like good English, like good accents, which I was shocked about. But then I learned, like, basically, like in this van ride, like Belize is an English speaking country. It's primary English. Like obviously people do speak Spanish still, but it's actually the national language is English, which I thought was actually like is cool, is really shocking, I guess. But the reason why it's that way is because literally Belize became independent from Great Britain in 1982, I think it is. Like literally the country, my mom is older than the country, which is hilarious, but not a diss to my mom, but
Yeah, Mom, you're old.
But so it was just like really,
Friggin' mom.
it was just,
What?
Belize is older than my parents.
yeah. I mean, literally, it was like weird to like think about because like obviously the land isn't, the land is whoever or however many years old, but it's just like this country was only independent like
Scared me.
4 decades ago. That's wild. But no, so
Yeah,
we
that's
we
crazy.
got to the resort, and then the resort was great. It was the best resort in all of Belize. So like it was it was great. It's a good it's a good resort. I'm not knocking it at all, but it was if you're comparing to like Cancun, which is closer to America and literally not that far away, it's so much better in almost every aspect. So one, the resort was not huge. It was big, but it wasn't huge. There was basically just one main pool. There was technically six, but that was a technicality. These other pools were there was like two little personal hot tubs, and when I say personal, I mean personal. Like you could fit two people in here. It's legit like a 4 foot
Ooh.
diameter hot tub. But
Get freaky.
freaky. But
Couch
so
potatoes may need to take a visit.
we might need to.
What's that? I got a plane ticket to Belize.
But then also at least the shoreline we were on, the whole shore is only docks. There's no actual beach. But our place had a beach, but it was very obviously like man-made. Like literally the whole beach maybe 100 feet long. Like literally maybe 100 feet.
Dang.
Like from end to end. I mean, it's a concrete wall too that literally stops the beach. So it's like it's kind of funny. But if
was it nice though? Like,
yeah, the sand was good. Like it was a well-made, man-made beach.
Yeah,
But it's just
okay.
funny to think that like it's a resort and it has a beach, but it's just not really. And like no one really hung out on it besides the 6 pool chairs that were there. But so that was like the actual resort, and then yeah. Also, a reason this resort wasn't great was because in Belize, it's $2 Belizean dollars to $1 US. So everything is if you look at a price, just cut in half, and that's what American dollars is. And for the most part, a lot of Belize was the same price as America or cheaper. But this resort, everything was like 2x, like a little standard resort alcohol drink, $15 US
Ooh.
for like, and they don't put alcohol in these things. So it's just like,
Dang.
little like, I don't have a good actual size, but $15 for a drink, $20 for like a standard like $10 meal. So it was just like, oh, like it was pricey.
yeah, I see why they do that too. Like, where else you gonna get it?
Yeah,
It's like
and
movie theaters.
To be
almost.
fair, they do have to ship in everything, and literally most days they were out of bananas. So like if you go to order like a dirty banana, you're out of luck. There's no bananas
You're
on
just
the
getting
island.
dirty.
Like even
I
in
mean, what?
even in the
Please check it
actual
out.
like mainland, or not mainland, but even in the normal Belizean like grocery stores, no bananas. There was nothing here.
Yeah.
It was very, very odd. But no, so that's like the setup, and like that's basically the setup of this vacation. And then there's nothing really too much that actually happened events wise because it's a resort. We're just there to relax. But we did do 2 things specifically. Obviously, we did New Year's down there. We spent New Year's down there, and then 2, we did a little snorkeling trip out there as well. And
That's fine.
yeah, it was very.
I've never been snorkeling. That sounds
No, really,
really
I've
fun.
only been like really 2 or 3 times ever.
I want to go scuba diving.
There's actually
Yeah, that sounds
the
so bad.
the one of the literally the number 1 or number 2 best spot in the whole world to scuba dive is in Belize. It's called the Blue Hole. Oh,
Yeah, I want to go to.
I'll pull it up.
I forget where it is, but I want to go to the Eye of the Earth.
I'll do pedal for Daisy, bitch.
Yes. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
the thing. Like literally, I mean
Whoa.
that's deep.
That's sick.
But yeah. So okay. On our shoreline, it's basically most of it is like shore for a mile out into the ocean, like a mile from the ground to where the water is like breaking and where like the waves happen. It's like a mile basically. So there's a ton of like shoreline that you can scuba, or not scuba, but snorkel in. So our snorkeling trip, it was a glass bottom boat. I don't know if you've been or seen on these things, but it literally in the middle was a giant rectangle of glass, and you could see through. And at some points, like literally the depth of the water is like 5 feet. It's like 5 feet to 30 feet. Is like this whole mile is like varies all along the shore. But
That's awesome.
so we took the snorkeling trip, saw like, I don't know, 3 sea turtles, like a barracuda, a lot of fish, a lot of coral. So it's like, obviously shocker, you see like coral and stuff while scuba dive or not scuba snorkeling.
Yeah.
But so I forget who snorkeled a lot on the trip, but in our crew, someone had snorkeled a lot, and they said it was one of the best they've ever done. So, if you go to Belize, specifically the Grand Caribe is where I stayed, do the snorkeling because it's apparently really good. So that was one of the days, and then for actual New Year's Day, we didn't do anything that crazy, but we just met up in all. So also, all these rooms are basically like condos that you can rent out, like they're timeshares. Basically, is what we kind of theorized. Like they're huge. I'll also throw a video. I'll also throw a video on the screen now, but it's like genuinely like an apartment is what you can think of it as. Like my mom and I's room. Every room is different. I know this too, but my mom and I's room, it was like, living room, like bedroom, kitchen, and like there were like buy-ons that you could do. Like there was 3 doors. You could buy another room, another room, another room, so on. We did not. We just needed the one. But so for New Year's, what we did was we all met up in like someone rented like a really large room. So we all met up in that room, had drinks, had a little bit of food. It's 18 down there. So legally I did everything right. But, we just drank a little bit. We didn't drink that much because it was hard to, because everything was so expensive. Even in like the standard supermarkets, like just buying stuff, it's just expensive. But so just drank, and then in the resort actually hosted like a little like pool club kind of thing. Like they invited some DJ over, like set up 2 like giant speakers, and he was playing hits. I mean, it really was like a club vibe. It was like the oos 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 like kind of
Like
music.
Brazilian funk.
Fire.
Not quite that, but it was just like typical like middle school, or not middle school, but like high school dance kind of music ish, but more like
just like pump.
More
music.
Yeah, it was just like, and you can request songs too, so random songs would be requested.
I'm requesting only Drake.
But no, so danced for a good hour from like 11 to 12. Well, 12 right before 12, and then we actually went out on the resort's dock, and there was like fireworks all along the coastline. I might put another video in, but we had like one primary one that was like, I don't know how many miles away, but it was like pretty big enough like that you could see and enjoy it. But it was cool, like literally dozens of firework displays all along the coastline that you could see. But yeah, that's what we did at 12, and then awesome. Like basically we're all just like heading to bed ish at that point, because keep in mind all the people in the crew are like late 30s, early 40s, late 40s. So it's just like, obviously this was the first time some of them have seen each other since college, back 20 years ago. So it was a very good trip for them, still a very good trip for me. It was a great trip for my mom and I. It was very fun, but no other really stories I think are from the trip.
Did you find or get any souvenirs?
We did not. There wasn't really much there was one. So we went to like a few restaurants. Obviously, there was one restaurant called the Truck Stop. This place was nice. It was like a bunch of. It was like 6 kind of vendors, like 6 little food truck kind of things you can think of it as, and then it had like yard games like behind. It was like a long kind of thing. There was like the food trucks, and then like games like behind all of it. There was a pool too that like they host like NFL game days.
That's kind of sick. It was
kind of sick. But so off to the side like of that place is like basically the only typical like vendor that we actually saw. And it was, I think my mom bought, like a little anklet or something from there, but nothing exciting. Typical like Belize City, like a green neon shirts. So no, we didn't get any souvenirs, but it was the memories that counted. I don't know. It was very fun. I wouldn't really go back if I'm honest, because it was so expensive. Like food wise, not worth it.
Were the rooms like expensive? Because I know Cancun's rooms
I
are pretty
don't know
expensive.
all the last numbers, but Cancun is more worth it. I don't know if Cancun's more expensive rooms wise, But
Yeah.
food wise and like vibes wise, I guess, I don't know. Food wise and drinks wise, yeah, go Cancun. Do not go where we went because it's just so expensive. Just not worth it in Belize when you can go to Cancun and it's most people are from America. So if you're coming from America, Cancun is closer to Belize and you don't have to take a little 15-minute little shuttle plane to your destination and maybe die. But that is basically my trip. Don't really have any other
That's
stories.
sweet.
I wish I had like a full-on story where it was like this guy attacked me, but no, we don't. Nothing. It was a nice, relaxing like resort vacation.
Yeah, that's
Very
good though.
fun.
You want to have nothing crazy,
That's
just
sweet.
relaxing.
Yeah. We weren't
The opposite.
but we almost missed our flight back.
Oh.
And so like we took the little 15-minute shuttle plane back to the third world airport, and then so like in order to get to our Delta flight, we were waiting at their gates, but like our plane was leaving at, let's say, 10:45. No, it wasn't that time, but we'll just go with it.
Yeah, sure.
Our plane was leaving at like 10:45, and then normally it's like 30 minutes before they start boarding, about 30 minutes before they start boarding. It was like almost 45 minutes to an hour. They started boarding early, and so we were literally the last two of, I think it was us and then maybe 4 other people max who were getting on this plane. We were the last people to get on this plane. Like we saw the line forming and we were like, we're pretty sure that's our gate, but we don't see our plane. Like that's a United plane right outside. Apparently our plane was like farther down that we had to walk to. But so we were legitimately like 5 minutes away from missing our flight, even though we were there 3 hours early because of international flights, international whatever. But so we almost had, and the benches, oh my god, so bad. The wooden benches they had, they looked nice, but they just weren't. Like it was like a curved back, and it was like just curved enough and didn't quite meet on the like in the middle to be comfortable enough. So you're just sitting there. My mom and I were sitting for like 3 hours, just no sleep at all, because we had to leave again at like 3. Not that early, but I think we had to actually leave the resort at like 6 or 7 a.m. So like, just not great.
Not prime conditions.
Not prime conditions, but made our flight luckily, because oh my god, if we missed that flight, I mean, who knows if there was another flight going to Atlanta, like not even with Delta, like with anyone. I don't think there was probably another one except the one coming in from Atlanta.
Mhm.
But so luckily did not miss our flight. We did not have to sleep in the Belize airport because that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, that would be rough.
And then got home, I don't know, at like got home at like 9:30 p.m. or something. It was the same night you guys were hanging out all at your place. I don't know if anything happened there. If you wanted to hit on that, you can. But got home, and I was just like, yep, time for some sleep. And then actually, so like okay, this is just another random little thing, I guess, but the beds were so uncomfortable. I don't know why. I could tell it was a hard mattress with a mattress topper on top, because it was never quite comfy enough for me. The first night, my mom and I like both woke up in sweats. I mean, we had the temperature accidentally set on like 78 or something, like insanely hot. So we turned that down and we fixed it. But like I woke up literally every night at like 2:30 randomly, just couldn't sleep. And
just a side question.
Yeah.
How warm was it in Belize?
It was about 80 degrees every day, not really humid. Perfect temperature.
Yeah, that's really,
although
compared to what we got going right now.
Yeah, although on days rainy. On the day we went snorkeling, it was sprinkling, and then our actual last day, January 1st, downpour of rain just all day. So it kind of killed. Luckily, like it was our last day, so we had done our vacationing. But it was just kind of like, ooh, that kind of sucks. But no, so yeah, and then like I got back here in America and I still could not sleep for like a week. Like only literally like 2 nights ago was I able to get a full 8 hours of sleep without waking up. I was like, oh, but I'm back to normal now, so we're all good.
Nice.
Oh, and then I got the sickest Belize virus ever. My mom and I both. It was like it wasn't the flu, but it was like that kind of vibe-ish. Literally one day I woke up, I was like literally a zombie. I was just unconscious.
Was this when you're back here?
When I was back here, like my mom and I were both in the airport. She must have, I don't know. Well, we are thinking that it's some kind of Belizean virus because over half our crew got it. Like they texted back when they all landed, back in their spots. They're like, yeah, we're all very sick. But so like my mom was feeling it on the flight from Atlanta to KC, and then I was feeling it just before we got on the flight from from my mom was feeling it before from Belize to Atlanta, and then I was feeling it from Atlanta to KC. It was kind of funny. So like while we were waiting, we were watching the Notre Dame Georgia game actually, but I just go to my mom, or like I'm like, fake coughing. I'm like something in my throat, and then I turn to my mom. I'm like, yeah, my mom's totally sick right now. I don't know what's happening. And then she turns to me, and it was kind of like a funny, cool moment. She turns to me and she's like, oh, I'm sick too. I'm pretending this. I'm just like, yeah, I can't let the whole flight know that I'm just deathly sick right now. So I got to play it off. It was just really funny. But so no, I got back and was out for 3 days. I'm all better now, but I was dead for a few days. But so that was my trip. Yeah. I don't know.
No, that's awesome.
Sounds chill.
Yeah, it was very fun.
We need it.
I would love to go on a trip with all of you guys.
Yeah.
That would be so
trip.
fun. Boys trip.
Fire.
Soon.
We should go on a pod trip just so we can like talk about it
Dude,
while
that
we're
would be
there.
fun. Dude,
Vlog.
vlog it would be
That's what I'm saying.
so
That'd be sweet.
unbelievably fun.
That'd be sweet.
It would be so fun.
There's gotta be somewhere cheap, like somewhere that has some cheap Airbnbs.
Yeah,
or something.
and if we stayed in
Maybe.
America, that would be best bet.
Well, yeah, we could
Yeah.
go to like.
Loki, I don't know.
Go to like Universal Studios or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not do rides, not gonna lie.
You don't do rides?
No,
Dude,
I cannot.
You know I want to go on so bad. I
What?
want to go on the slingshot so bad. You know,
That's-
like you get strapped in, you shoot
Not
up.
even not even rides
No.
though. Don't they have
Dude.
like a bunch of experiences though? Like
No,
not rides.
yeah,
but-
Universal's
Harry
great.
Potter.
Yeah, like or what?
Super Mario.
I might be
World.
thinking of something different, or like even like Disney World, or you like make your own build your own lightsaber, like it's like that.
Mhm, mhm.
Disney
Yeah.
World might be way more your speed because all the
Maybe.
roller coasters are like super
Yeah,
like
friendly.
I just don't
Made
do.
for-
I just don't do
No,
roller
no, no.
coasters.
like
I
literally
can't.
not even going like literally just going straight or like
Yeah, it's not.
like
fast.
like
Yeah.
I've never been.
or
but I've
like
seen
maybe.
videos.
roller coaster friendly like fourth grade me was able to ride them.
All right.
I've never
all right.
been to Universal or Disneyland.
I've
or
been
neither.
to Disney
or
World.
Disney World. I've never been
I
there.
haven't been to Universal.
Not been to any of them.
Well, my only
amusement
plane ride
parks.
still has been Monterey. That's it.
Monterey was
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we can
Very
wrap this up right before the game if you want.
And then I'll wrap Isaac up.
Yeah,
and we
dude.
tangle.
Wrap it
This
for
is
you,
the
Pat.
early. This is the earliest we have ever filmed the podcast. We started filming at like 5 p.m. or something.
Is it the earliest ever?
I
Yeah.
think so.
No way.
We started filming with sunlight.
I've never driven over when it's light outside. Before,
Yeah.
I feel like
so-
when we like very first started, we did it.
No,
Maybe.
it was like after.
Maybe.
It's like after shifts.
Well, there
It
was
would always have to be.
there was
after
one day
shifts.
where we all came over. Oh, but I don't know if we recorded or not. I think we were just talking about the concept because remember we went to IKEA and we
Oh
went to
yeah,
Costco.
that was. We weren't filming yet. Yeah.
Man, that's so crazy how long ago that was.
forever
But I
ago.
remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Is like this
The low
whole-
taper fade meme is still massive.
yeah, true. But like the whole concept of this was all just from Savers.
From
And,
a little beatbox jukebox
a
thing that Isaac and
beatbox
I
like
brought
radio
in.
thing that Jacob and I brought in.
It had a working
And I
microphone.
started being I was just being a
We're just
retard.
riffing.
I can't say that. I was being dumb
Cancel him.
with the little mic, and I was
Yeah.
like Comcasting. Luke's like, "Why are you guys having a podcast?"
It was
And as
just
soon
like,
as
yo.
he
It
said
was like,
that,
say that again.
Wait.
Say that
it
again.
all spurted from there.
Yeah. Just.
Well, yeah, it's crazy because like now we have this chair, we
Yeah.
have that
We're
couch,
gonna
all
get
this
you a
equipment.
chair 2025. Don't worry.
Let's go.
We'll get multicam soon in the summer. Just
And now what? We have
huge
We'll
things.
start
about to be
vlogging.
30 episodes.
Yeah,
We're-
literally. This is episode 30.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Once we hit
insane.
100, like I'm excited to hit 100 because that means most likely we'll be probably pretty far in this like
Our career.
in our career and our
Man,
We gotta do something
podcast.
sick.
That
for
would
50.
be
We gotta do something sick. For
3
episode
times what we have now. It'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
literally. I mean, hopefully we are a little bit more consistent and like better
Yeah.
than just 30 every year and a half. But yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, our schedules are so difficult.
yeah. Once we start making money off of this, it's gonna be a lot easier, I think.
Yeah, to sacrifice things.
Cause yeah. I don't know if we want to wrap it up. It'd be a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I don't know if I'm gonna do 2 parts out of this or not. I probably will be able to. I've been doing that a lot. I didn't do it a couple times. We'll see. All about YouTube algorithm. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Say,